Welcome back. This is a film of contrasts. While being essentially a lightweight comedy adapted from a successful stage play, it is also a film that has moments of deep and powerful emotion. It was the breakout film for one of Hollywood's biggest ever stars, and it contains some truly epic screen moments. It is Bus Stop from 1956. The film was adapted from the Tony Award nominated stage play by William Ing, which ran on Broadway for 478 performances at the Music Box Theatre. This picture is Marilyn Monroe's for a number of reasons. It marked Marilyn's return to the screen after a one-year absence and was the first film for Marilyn Monroe Productions, as well as the first picture of her new 7-year contract with 20th Century Fox. Back in 1952, Monroe had emerged as a major screen personality through a series of popular films, but had become frustrated at the lack of great roles she was being subsequently offered and the perception that she was more of a star than an actress. After wrapping filming for the 7-year itch in November of '54, Monroe left Hollywood for the East Coast, founding Marilyn Monroe Productions and studying at the Actors Studio, forming a close and ultimately long-lasting relationship with Lee and Paula Strasberg. Monroe played a major part in shaping her character for this film. She had seen and loved Kim Stanley's stage performance in Bus Stop and patterned her accent and her whole on-screen performance on Stanley's. She felt that Cherie, although a very sexual character, should look slightly shabby as a pale and cheaply costumed saloon singer. She opted for an almost white facial and body makeup that made Cherie look washed out and faintly unhealthy, and changed her platinum blonde hair to a subdued honey blonde that was a stronger contrast to the character's white skin. Marilyn rejected most of the original costume designs and rifled through the studio's costume department to find things she thought better suited to the character. While she accepted the studio's designed outfit for her musical number, That Old Black Magic, she subsequently pulled out part of the fringe, poked holes in the fishnet stockings, and then had them poorly darned. Despite having a good singing voice, Marilyn also changed her voice to make it painfully clear that her character Cherie was not a good singer.
Black magic weaves away those eyes say plain.
Casting Bo turned out to be quite a challenge. Elvis Presley was originally intended for the role, but thankfully Colonel Tom Parker wouldn't allow it. The script was sent to Montgomery Clift, but he wasn't interested. Marlon Brando was considered, but not cast. Marilyn had wanted Rock Hudson in the role, but he refused. Director Josh Logan cast Don Murray in what was his first film after seeing him performing on Broadway. Early into production, executives at 20th Century Fox thought Don Murray was overplaying his boisterous part and wanted to fire him, but Logan stood firm, saying, "I don't want some aw shucks cowboy in the role. I want Attila the Hun, and that's what we've got." As it turned out, this was Don Murray's only Oscar-nominated performance. While he had already made a number of films, Joshua Logan was better known at the time for his work on Broadway. He agreed to direct this film despite initially doubting Monroe's acting abilities and knowing of her reputation for being difficult. Logan was someone who also suffered with insomnia and exhaustion and was sympathetic to Marilyn's personal problems and creative struggles. Logan had studied with Stanislavski in Russia, understood the needs of method actors like Monroe, and grew to adore Marilyn's talent and respect her native intelligence. He involved her in script discussions and supported her efforts to find Cherie through makeup, costuming, hairstyles, and above all, intense identification with her character. By allowing the cameras to continue rolling, he gave Monroe every opportunity to work through her insecurities and to find continuity in her role. As a friend of the Strasbergs, who had directed their daughter Susan in Picnic in 1955, he was tolerant of Paula Strasberg's presence and constant influence on Monroe's performance. He did, however, insist that she not be on set during actual rehearsals or filming. The experience changed Logan's opinion of Monroe. He later described her as a great actress, a combination of Greta Garbo and Charles Chaplin. Despite her dedication and determination, Marilyn remained hampered by her insecurities, something she was able to channel creatively into the character's own confusion and uncertainty. While the scene on the bus where Cherie poured her heart out to Elmer took 4 days to shoot, reportedly Monroe was at times brilliant, so involved with the emotions of her character that her skin visibly flushed and she shed real tears. Sadly, much of this sequence was cut from the final film, deleting what both Logan and Monroe felt were some of her best moments. Don Murray didn't enjoy working with Marilyn, saying she was selfish and thoughtless and was frequently late for shooting. He was frustrated that some scenes required up to 30 takes, and when she finally got the scene right, they would print it regardless of the other actors' performances. Once filming was over, the two never saw each other again nor had any other contact. Bus Stop was a box office success, grossing $4.25 million and receiving many favourable reviews, with Monroe's performance being highly praised. The Saturday Review of Literature wrote that her performance effectively dispels once and for all the notion that she is merely a glamour personality. There are some great screen moments. Marilyn's early on-screen appearances are riveting, and in particular her famous rendition of that old Black Magic number. Most of her delivery of the song was captured live on camera without lip syncing, which was a rarity at the time. The scene between Cherie and Elmer on the bus is very touching, despite reportedly losing some of the best moments to the cutting room floor. And the film's climax in the rest stop really tugs at the heartstrings, especially when the penny drops for Beau and he realises that love is not so much about what he wants, but what she wants. The film is included among the AFI's top 500 funniest American movies, and while it didn't win many awards, it did garner nominations at the Oscars, the Golden Globes, the BAFTAs, and was nominated for a Golden Lion at the Venice Film Festival. Now, while this is not the best film that Marilyn ever appeared in, it is certainly her best on-screen performance, and it's worth watching for that alone. As many people have said, the camera did love Marilyn, and you're very drawn to every scene that she's in, and her performance is very, very compelling. It's, again, got some great screen moments, including that scene in the nightclub where she sings that old Black Magic. It's an enjoyable comedy, but more importantly, it's a film that has a real heart. So it's got a real emotional punch towards the end of the film. Again, I guess in some ways the comedy lulls you into this sort of kind of sense of complacency, and it really sort of kind of hits you with a bit of a killer blow at the end of the film. It's a film I really enjoy. It's a film that I think that you'll enjoy very much as well. Now, what I'd suggest you do is that you go to our website, find our virtual screenings page, find the link to this particular film, click on it and watch it, and as always, we'd invite you to come back. Let us know what you think about this particular film. I've read a lot of reviews. People are very divided, especially around Don Murray's performance, but let us know what you think, whether you'd recommend the film to others, and then we'll see you again in the not too distant future for another Classic Films review. Catch you next time.